Okay. Alright, let's do it now. Okay, where'd Kate go? She just... Oh, there she is. Just blended in real well. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new year and new Fallout possibilities. Let me go ahead and get everything set up on my phone. And it's good to see you all here. Alright. So, last we left off, we had just taken down a courser. And we need to get that analyzed. Is there anything we want to do before we do anything else? No? Well, I got to done more homestead. Oh, that's asking me to go somewhere else, so we don't need to worry about that. I could talk to Jack Cabot and McCready. But nah, I'm going to have the courser chip analyzed. I'm going to go to the Brotherhood first, just on principle. Just because they don't deserve my respect of the Railroad. Hey there, Silverwolf. Good to know that you're still alive. We're going to keep building an army of corn bots. I'm afraid they might kill each other if I'm not careful.
Greetings, Knight.
Thank you, Knight. We're amicable up here. It's all good. Hello there, Shark. Good to see you. Alright. Let me talk to the big man, let him know.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival
Okay, you already know.
wasn't coincidental. We're here.
I was trying to be helpful, didn't want to listen. Hey, Lark, was it possible for Sparta to recover after the Battle of Ventura, or was it like Japan and Midway?
Attention.
I suppose anything's possible,
All leave requests
but the
to
real
all base sites have been
problem with
temporarily
Sparta
suspended.
was that it
Affected
didn't
parties will have
understand
their
the
leave
world was
compensated
changing
in the
around
next
it.
available
It didn't
opportunity.
understand
That is
how
all.
to adapt. They could produce some of the best heavy infantry the ancient world ever saw, but that was about it. They couldn't adapt in the same way that they could. They were too reliant on an archaic system, and it cost them. And so, because of that, other powers were able to rise up and usurp them. I'm doing all right, Assassin. Regulator, how you doing, bud? Who are you gonna side with, Raven? He's not playing the game, so I'm not sure how he's gonna side with anybody.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
Yes, I have.
Yes, here you go.
You're becoming quite the field scribe. Maybe you missed your calling.
Yeah, and why do you
Here's
have like a
some
little
caps for
ring
the
in
trouble.
front of you?
I really
Never understood
appreciate
that.
you searching for the blood samples. As soon as I make a break,
That's just 300
I'll let you know.
caps of thanks to passive killing. That's just great business right there. All right. Well, unfortunately, I have to go back to. I gotta go back to the railroad. I'm not happy about it. I don't think anyone's happy about it.
Ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
But it does. All right, let's get out of here. Like, we didn't determine the outcome of the Pacific, just the length. Yeah, sort of, kind of. Because, yeah, the outcome of the Pacific was determined the moment the Japanese started invading. Because they did not have the resources to win. They knew they didn't have the resources to win. Their hope was that they could build a fortification to make it so that it would be too costly to invade.
Do us proud.
And they forgot that irritating the United States was probably the worst thing they could have done, because we are not known for being forgiving. At least in matters of war. Now, Kate, try not to spit on anyone while we're in the railroad. Just shoot them.
I have a report here. It reads more like a comic book.
What comic books have you been
Apparently,
reading?
one hell of a fight took place at Green Tech Genetics.
Yeah, it did. Yep, that was me.
Yeah, that was me. I took down a courser.
That's what the
Why do I
report
say it
says.
so like disappointed?
Hard to
Yeah, I
believe.
had to kill a courser.
I'm all for one less courser in the world, but the conventional wisdom is that you run from them rather than engage
It
them.
is a miracle
So
that
why
your
did you
organization is still alive, but I'm working on resolving that.
That chip in his neck just looks so shiny. I Couldn't help it.
You have one of their chips intact?
Yes.
Follow me. Now.
Honestly, fighting them wasn't that hard. If you can get 3 people and just start laying down lead, you're bound to get one of them.
The least
Bet you never met a
They're
synth.
well trained, but they are still, basically, biologically speaking, humans. You put a bullet in them, they stop moving too well.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, we got a Corsair chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages.
You've hit the
No
jackpot.
talking,
There.
just work.
Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
Here you
Here.
go.
All right, Tom, make it happen.
Why do I have to use these people?
Corsair chip? Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack.
Is the railroad leader voiced by Rick? Yeah. Same voice actress. Like, listen, Bethesda, they overlap with a lot of voice actors and actresses. Like the guy that did Joshua Graham, he's in several voices in Skyrim.
What?
Just know if you get in one Bethesda project, there's a good chance you'll wind up in another Bethesda project.
Encryption algorithm.
Particularly if it's their RPG
Alright.
series.
Still running.
Oh shit! If I had fuzzies.
Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. Good lord, that is a long game. I love it, but the problem is, it just takes a while to get through if you're trying, because I have in saved data like almost 40 gigabytes just of footage. And there's no way I'm going to be able to use all of that, but I got to keep it for reference
Show me
material.
that sweet bass line. Come on. Yeah, we got it. We got the code.
Huzzah!
Load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, does?
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
More going on than you know. Trust me.
This is not known for having many voice actors. That is true. That's right. Show off what a real weapon looks like to him. That's okay. Show off the Watts rifle. Now. Back to Virgil. He probably won't be as intimidated since I'm not bringing Cornbot.
With us.
Am I over encumbered? I am. Lovely. Was the Yamato as powerful as the games portrayed, or was it a paper tiger? I mean, it was an impressive battleship, but you gotta understand, the age of battleship warfare was kind of over at that point. It was all about the aircraft carriers. Now, most countries didn't realize this till the middle of World War II, because, you know, you had the Bismarck that tried to roll out and be impressive, and it was impressive, but there's only so much that a battleship can do, because aircraft carriers and air power just provides such an advantage.
Wasn't sure I'd see
So,
you again.
honestly, the making of his ship as the Yamato, while impressive, was kind of a waste of resources.
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Hey there, Mal.
You did get rid of Kellogg after all.
You could
Not
choose
too
one
much of a
event in
leap
history,
to
what
take
would you
down a
choose?
Corsair. How'd you
One
manage to
event
get it
in
decoded?
history. Oh gosh, there's several.
I've made some friends in the Commonwealth.
But the friends did not help me in the situation.
Face like this, I'm not gonna make too many friends. You're not the only one who's been.
I know it sounds. I'd probably try and
From memory and
make sure
things I
Archduke
overheard
Franz
through the
Ferdinand
years,
didn't get
came up with
assassinated.
some schematics
Or maybe I would
for
try and let
Wasn't easy. These hands are
Emperor,
ridiculous. Fine motor
gosh,
skills
I
have gone
said
to
a
shit.
Frederick or Ferdinand, but
Where's the
Emperor Frederick of the
explanation?
German Empire let him live longer than
Need to
90
build a
days,
device that will
so that he
hijack
could
the signal that
maintain
Institute
sort of
uses
the
to teleport
stability that the
forces
German Empire had under
and send
Wilhelm
you
I.
Instead, you know the craziest
Maybe try and
part of
avoid the
design?
World War I
That
fiasco.
classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering.
That's great, Virgil. That's great.
Advanced
However, if this
systems
doesn't
are
work,
even-
and I die, Kate's gonna come back and kill you.
Your confidence is staggering.
I'm just saying, I can't guarantee it'll work. But if you can build this device,
I don't know, we used battleships in
I'm
Green War.
ready
Oh yeah,
to
we
smash
used
them.
them.
You
But that doesn't mean like they were the end all, the be all. Because it used to be like, particularly if you look in World War One, the big thing they were concerned with were battleships, or dreadnoughts, rather. However, they were very expensive to maintain. They still are expensive to maintain. And so when you have them go out into into the ocean, they were always worried about them getting damaged because they were costly to fix, repair, and replace.
I got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there. For both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement.
Ooh.
I've helped
Hope you
you
get out of
as
that
best
sentence
I
on that,
can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Yeah?
Well, there's a smell I'm never gonna forget. Ugh.
Indeed, Kate, indeed. Now let's go talk to the Brotherhood. I remember the narrator in Battle Station Specific saying that ship would have destroyed the American forces single-handedly if aircraft weren't present. Well, aircraft were present, and even then, I'm not sure about that. Because, sure, the guns are really freaking impressive, but it's still a ship that can still be sunk, so what are you going to do? But yeah, that's the thing, like, if aircraft weren't present, but they were. Gotta go through all my booze just trying to keep myself under encumbered. Now let's go talk to the big man and let him know
Joining
we
our
got
cause
plans.
was the one.
Not sure if it was the wisest decision, but it sure did get me some nice toys. Did you know that Buzz's girlfriend is actually the director's son? I don't know nice about that. All right, Elder, buddy. How you doing, champ? By the way, I don't know how to get to the
I'm sure
Institute.
you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth
Champ.
wasn't coincidental.
Champ.
We're here because of a unique
I
energy
know that-
recorded by Paladin Dance's
Ma-
recon
Ma-
team.
Maxon,
According to our scribes,
Maxon, we've been over
the
this.
reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear.
Yeah, that's great.
The Institute. And
I
everyone
know about the
responsible
Institute being.
for the creation of
I have the Courser
must
chip,
be
dude. I have the
eliminated at all
intel.
costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed.
Well, I can help you with
The only
that.
logical explanation is that they've gone underground.
And I know how to get
That's
there.
where we need your help.
Uh-huh.
I have a way to infiltrate the Institute using a device.
Are you done running your
called a
mouth?
signal interceptor.
So it appears we share a common goal. I'm pleased that you've chosen to build the device with the Brotherhood. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
I have to ground my disappointment of a son.
I think they're the ones who kidnapped my son.
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own ends.
Good thing we don't do that.
I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to
We're
me.
the Archduke Franz Ferdinand,
Get to work.
domino effect preventing World War II because of so sign me up. Well, listen, you don't have World War I, there is no World War II. You can't have one without two.
At 30-second intervals as
Because
requested.
that's why people call it the seminal catastrophe, because of how much crap it caused. Because there would be no Cold War, there would be the Middle East would still be crazy, but it wouldn't be as bad. So, yeah, because one guy shot Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the whole 20th century got fricked. Now, here's the thing. We could save Archduke Franz Ferdinand, hypothetically, and we could still wind up getting involved in a war. Because it was merely the spark. But, hypothetically, if the war just doesn't happen, a whole lot of things could come out, for the most part, the better. Ah, okay. Wasn't Europe a powder keg already? Yep, I mean, to quote Otto von Bismarck himself, it'll be 20 years, it'll be like 20 or 40 years from now, and it'll be some damn fool thing in the Balkans will set it all off. And he was right. Because the Balkans was a powder keg, but not that the other places weren't exactly doing great too. Because France wanted to get back at Germany, Germany had been busy irritating Russia. Britain was getting
Elder
threatened by
Maxim
Germany.
said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So
Oh.
there was a lot of
You're
problems going
calling the
around.
shots around here now, huh? All right, I'll
I
bite.
honestly think the Aztecs
What does
could
your
have
new
kicked Spanish
miracle
out due to
device
their
do?
numbers. Well, here's the thing. They could have. But the problem was people saw an opportunity to get past the Aztecs. And also, smallpox. Smallpox started to spread through the population, and that made putting up resistance much harder.
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack the
Anytime.
signal and send
It's so hard to
emails.
listen to Max and speak. He sounds
Teleportation?
and talks
Molecular
like a larger
transmission
who's trying to
via
sound
encrypted
perfection.
RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit. That's
I don't
genius.
quite know what you're
This
going for there,
explains
Mal,
why
but
we've been
I
picking up
think I get
anomalous
it. I think
energy
I get what
readings
you're talking
all
about.
across the Commonwealth.
But don't worry, we're still going to get the
Not to
Minutemen
mention
involved
the
with
tin
us.
soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform.
Yeah, of course, I can.
It's
I'll
gonna
get
take a
right on
cargo
that.
hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have plenty of it right here at the airport.
I'm glad you can make sense of those plans.
I haven't made sense of all of it yet, but I will by the time you get the first part built. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source to get the signal interceptor
Oh,
running.
that won't be a problem. But first, gosh dang it, that's right, over encumbered. More booze.
Yeah, looks like you needed that.
You're dang right I did, Kate. I'm gonna have to deal with the railroad a little bit later.
Mole rat on a stick was a really bad idea.
I shouldn't have to tell you that mole rat on a stick is a bad idea. Alright. Now, this is where we're gonna build our signal interceptor. Just gotta clear out enough room. Alright. And here we are. Alright. Even got a red carpet going to it, ain't that grand. Alright, let's talk to the good proctor.
Don't let Maxon's age fool you. He's a brilliant tactician.
Yeah, I'm the one running the show now, not Maxon. Let's not pretend otherwise.
Any luck building the platform yet?
See, what is your favorite fictional battleship? Mine is the Venator. Fictional battleship. Probably some of the battleships from Warhammer 40k.
I glued a bunch of parts together and hoped for the best. Good enough?
Hey, you're the one that's going to be standing on the thing. If it blows up, it's going to hurt you a lot
It's good to know
more
that
than it'll
Ingram knows
hurt
how
me.
to snap back.
Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
We explored all the way, saying not all of it, but I've gotten around. All right.
Looks good, Ingram.
I wish I...
Concur.
Oh, one last thing before I forget.
Oh yeah.
It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single... If you need any help, I'd wish...
Yeah. Wiring
Hello.
up so I don't blow up. Got it. Now, I could go around and start looking for crap, or I could do the sensible thing and just have Nordhang and each come over here and hook me up. Good stuff. Should probably build a robo workbench there so I can start cranking out more stuff. And good lord, there's a lot of you here. And I'm gonna need to build more beds. I knew this day would come. Alright. First, let me see if I can't dump off some crap. First, you look bored. Good. Now we got a supply line to the Brotherhood. And now I can dump this crap off. Really, that's all I got rid of? Crap. Huh. That was the problem. I had a Corsair uniform. Alright, now let's take care of these guys' problems since they're doing me a solid. See, when you have problems like this, sometimes you need to look up. So, just give them a second floor. Oh, don't be like that. There we go. These guys get to live in a beach house. Well, how lucky are they? Come on. Get in there. Good. I've been playing a lot of Sonic games recently, and I think the reason Robotnik loses all the time is despite having a 300 IQ, he can be incompetent, such as using tinfoil metal. That's a common problem with a lot of would-be villains. They have maybe very intelligent, but they don't always think things through. Like, you have a great idea, but did you consider this? It's like Mr. House going like, I'm going to rebuild everything in the Mojave, but why would you do that when you could build it somewhere else? Well, don't worry, I have everything reliant on a single chip that isn't in Vegas. What could go wrong? Everything. Literally everything. Now, let's get you roof back up here. So, guys, not to brag here, but I literally raised the roof. Thank you, thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night. And now let's get them what they came for. The beds. That gives them some wiggle room. But we also need to work on some defenses because this poor guy can't do it all by himself. Brotherhood, I see you got willing sellers to supply us. Good, but we still need you to harass or threaten 3 more settlements tonight. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to harass them. You don't. I'll tell you what, I'll go on a mission and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. First, let me make sure these guys are well defended, so in case the Brotherhood decides to do something sketchy, they are ready to go. There we go. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I still didn't think he needed the courier to end with, and he could have just sent his Securitrons, and they probably would have kicked the Legion's ass anyway. Without the upgrades, probably not. Because here's the thing, and this is how he puts it. Either side could have crushed his Securitrons. Either side could have made it happen. But the problem is they would have taken such casualties in the conflict that it would guarantee whichever side fought them would have lost. So, House wisely decided, I want to get the upgraded ship to make sure it happened. And that upgraded ship is not happening without the courier or someone like the courier helping him out. And so that is in line with the problem.
Attention. Delta team lead.
So,
report to the bridge. Delta team
I also
lead
feel like
to the
real-life
bridge.
scientists are smart in their field, but when they try politics, that's why technocracies typically don't work. I've never really tried one. But the thing is, like, you can find some people that are just really great in their field, as you point out. But then when you have them to do stuff outside their field, they're not so good with it.
anything.
Let's hear a bit more about that extra work you mentioned.
Hard to resist the lure of extra caps.
Yep.
Food stores don't replenish themselves, so I need legs on the ground to hit up farms in the area. We'll be requisitioning a portion of their harvest, and I need that food crated and ready to go for when I send out a collection team. Your mission will be to ensure full cooperation of the civilian farmers, by any means necessary.
I'm in.
Thought you would be. Here's the farm. I've no doubt you'll convince those simple little civilians.
Hey, those are my civilians. Careful. All right. Now anyway. So I got to go to Sanctuary Hills. Great example. And I know they have food because I built the dang farm from scratch. One day below. There. Oh, sorry there, Kate. I'm simply here because I'm currently in a bad mood and I need somebody to take me away from it. Well, I hope you can get over that. I'm sorry you're feeling a little down. I forgot, what does the chip do anyway? In Fallout New Vegas, it basically is an upgrade for the Securitrons to allow them to use their higher grade weapons. Like, they couldn't use their rocket launchers or their grenade launchers without it. So basically they only had their small arms to protect them and deal damage. So let's get feeding the troops. We'll deal with the molecular level in a second. Alright. Now we're going to go to Sanctuary. I got done playing Fallout 3 and some goober put FEV in the water purifier. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, you scamp, you. Alright, now let's see who they're going to have me talk to. Sturgis? We'll put this loon in charge. Hey, champ.
What are you doing here?
Hey, you got it.
The Brotherhood needs food. Better to donate it willingly and keep them friendly.
We don't need any more enemies. We'll contribute our crops.
See, that wasn't that bad.
Let's see what we've got.
Alright, seriously though, let's look at another option. Alright, so should give us the option to offer to pay. I need to make one of these. So I just wonder, how did House not get his bigger weapons like roller bot tanks into New Vegas? Probably didn't need the platinum chip because of how powerful they were. It does beg the question, because I would argue like those bigger robots would have been the better choice, and also far more intimidating, and also not as top heavy. All right, that should have a problem with you.
You don't look like you're here to trade.
I actually kind of am.
What would you take for your crops?
Never thought about that. I'd have to say,
Well, normally it's
1,000
like,
caps would cover it.
let's see. Here you go.
Deal.
When we harvest, it's all yours.
I don't know why Kate disliked that. I just paid them nicely. All right, see? A lot of people get confused because they don't want to spend caps, but they don't know about it. They just come here and like, hey, you gotta hand over your stuff or we're gonna hurt you. And they're like, oh no, please don't do that. But you do not have to do that with your settlements. All you have to do is roll in and just pay the caps. So you can still play the Brotherhood and not actually harass anyone. It's quite lovely the way it works. Oh, Raven's here. He's just working on a script for another video right now. Did you play the original Fallout games? Actually, no. The first Fallout game I ever played was 3. I played it back when I was in high school. And then I got into New Vegas. I actually do own 1 and 2 now, and I need to go back and play them. Because when I inevitably do get to the Enclave video, I'm going to have to go back and play 2. Because you can't do the Enclave video without having some experience with 2. Brother said he's also been Fallout, but I think it's 476. As long as he's having fun. Okay, why'd you just... It's like that. I didn't put a gun to their face and force them. The crops.
Attention,
I don't know.
all
Maybe she
personnel.
just doesn't like the prospect of the Brotherhood
Disappointed I
owning
need to
shit.
address this, but unsanctioned social contact with Commonwealth natives is strictly prohibited.
Mr. House, face the full
Anyone
on
who is
robot on the
engaged
NCR
in such
infiltration.
fraternization
Honestly,
should
the
report
best
the
bet for the
Night
NCR to
Captain
take
for
out
immediate
the
decontamination.
Securitrons, get into like the Sierra Nevada mountains, lure them there, and then use the fact that they're on their pogo sticks on wheels, and then use your heavier ordnances to take them out. Actually, at that point, small arms fire would probably do the trick.
Yes, sir. The crops will be available when harvested.
I knew you'd be the right one for the job. Here are your caps, as per our agreement. Plenty of farms out there to cross off the list, if you're interested. I realize it's not the most glamorous of missions, but hell, neither is starving.
I'll take a look.
Got some choice weapons that just came in.
Anyone ever played StarCraft? I know about it, never played it. The time I figured out what the heck StarCraft was, I was way past doing anything for it. Wonder how they'd react if I gave them this alien gun. Probably not fully understand it. Alright, back to business. But see, you can use it. The Brotherhood can be nice. Just maybe a 500 cap investment.
When it comes to keeping
It does spark me as interesting though that they're just like, hey, how much for your crops? Oh, I never thought of selling them before. You guys make a routine of traveling to Diamond City and selling them. Don't pretend like you haven't done this before. But hey, now Sanctuary Cities has 1,000 caps running around and it's a little local economy. So that's good for them. We've done a good service for the day. I know that some people got mad you could be a cop. In what context? Which game? You talking Starfield again? What makes the NCR any different than bandits? Both attack neutral settlements to take their wealth by force.
But I'm glad we're making a difference out
Which settlement? I think the concept therein is that one, bandits are kind of fickle and they're sort of at the whims of whatever drunkard is in charge, whereas the NCR is an actual standing organized professional army, and once an area is taken into the NCR, you can gain NCR citizenship and actually have a say in politics. You get taken over by bandits. They typically don't stick around and offer protection. They just come take shit and then leave. And then they'll come back when they want some more shit from you. Whereas the NCR, for the most part in the Mojave, they actually do try and protect the territory they control and the people therein. Don't know about all the Brotherhood, but the Soul Survivor themselves can be nice. True. But the thing is, I'm running the show here with the Brotherhood, despite what Maxim tells you. Get a biometric scanner. Oh, we can find one of those. Relay dish. I also need to go ahead and start looking up for a generator. My science is not high enough. But oh well, this will probably do. Now to go find me a biometric scanner. Search hospitals. Search a hospital! Gotta find a hospital. Alright, up here. Oh, I haven't been to this hospital. This will be fun. Aside from Persona, any other RPGs you and Raven enjoy? Pretty much all of the Bethesda RPGs we enjoy. Well, Starfield kind of withstanding. But enjoy Elder Scrolls.
Show a girl like whoa.
You're dang right I do. Now get over here. Get over here. Scent. Bad scent.
Do this more often.
Anyone else? No? Okay. But yeah, I like Baldur's Gate. I like Dragon Age. I hear the magical noise. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Burr. Oh, I was too close to the blast. Lovely. I would like to see a horse in Fallout. It would make transportation easier for both civilians and soldiers, but sadly they're extinct as far as I can say. Yeah, they're extinct probably just because they didn't want to like mod them in, or not really mod them in, but like put them in. But I think they should, because literally Fallout Cowboy stuff sounds amazing. And honestly, that could be a focal point for like a game, or at least a part of a game. The idea that horses are such a valuable resource as people fight over them. And historically speaking, that has happened. There have been wars over horses. Lark became Armless Andy. Yes, yes, I did. What the heck is this? Oh, that ain't good. That was not fun. Now let's go back to killing him. Just a parade of evil robots just ready to go. Because of course.
You mean that's it?
You can never just get hit with one set of enemies. They're lucky that I did not have Cornbot with me. Alright, have fun. Mongolians do it all the time. Yeah, but even before then, like, when like the Chinese fought a war with like a Greek city-state because they wanted to... Oh, yeah. Because they wanted to get their hands on horses. In India, for a long time, they did what they could to try and get their hands on decent horses. Because there's a reason why they relied on elephants so much. It wasn't just because they thought, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever. It was because they didn't have access to a lot of high-quality horses. That changed over time, but still. So you could technically manufacture bullets in setting like this. They're not musket balls. Oh yeah, you can manufacture bullets. There is even a way in-game to manufacture bullets. You can build like a little factory line to do it. The problem is it's incredibly difficult to do without mods because you need lead. And the problem is the game is not interested per se in giving you lead. Because like the only place, like there's only like a few things that you can find that can use scrap for lead. So using the lead to make your bullets, finding the lead to make your bullets is difficult. Alright, now let's see if we can... Yes, I'd like to die, please. I did not. I should have checked to see if he was a suicide before I off myself. Oh, that's terrific. Catch, buddy.
Nice spot for a last stand.
You're alive? I thought that would have detonated the nuclear... Oh, I guess he didn't arm it yet. Oh well, got a free mini nuke out of the deal. I'm never going to say no to a free mini nuke.
Playtime.
See, Kate, that's the proper attitude to have. It's not war, it's playtime.
What was that?
Catch, boys. Oh, jeepers, there's always more. There we go. Now we're good. Listen, just because I blew myself up twice with a suicide bomber, that doesn't mean I'm stupid. Just means I'm not intelligent. Also, where do you keep the good biometric scanners, boys? What am I saying? They don't know where anything is. Okay, if you see anything else green that moves, kill it, please. 10 out of 10 flip though. Why, thank you! See, at least someone appreciates my acrobatic capabilities, though it's nuclear power acrobatic capabilities.
There we go.
ER nurse confesses it all. I do not think it's the type of confession that's appropriate to tell. They just kept the biometric scanner in it. You know, sure, why not? Why am I questioning this? Alright, we'll do another one of my sidearms. Because I got so much 38. Seed, what's up? I'm doing alright, Lord. But I've been here. I've been visiting with family. I've moved back, well, I've headed back to town. And now I'm in a hospital in the middle of Boston. Did that thing moo? Were you a dog or a cow? What happens if you give FEV to a cow? What happens? Questions for later. Alright. No, became headless Hank. And the bullets aren't musket balls, right? Correct, they aren't musket balls. It would be cool if we could mod that in. Hey, Lark, this morning my mom's brother passed away from a heart attack and she was very sad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We'll keep your family in our prayers.
I'm proud to be serving.
Never good to lose a family member.
I had enough of lions and his foolish ways.
Look at this, you do. Oh, no. I was in the game. In the game, I was in the hospital. In the game. I'm currently sitting on my couch to make things better. Let's see. I gotta build a proper connect. Actually, will you connect from that? Alright, it's ready to go. The NCR could make a great use of horses. The Rangers could get from A to B faster, and it would be wild open terrain. Great for cavalry. It took a bit longer than expected to attack this. Hey, happens. But yeah, I would love to see, like, if we could do like another Fallout New Vegas, but like with horses involved. Oh, basically like Red Dead, but with machine guns. I'm all about that.
Elder. Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Let's
Absolutely.
do it.
I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said,
that's great.
This
When you
is
go
the
back
first
on
time
the
we've
show.
attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Unless I end up inside solid rock.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist.
And also, I think it would be absolutely baller to see the
During
Legion
this
use them
process,
heavy shot
we were able to
cavalry
obtain
like the
the services
cataphracts
of
of
Dr.
old.
Madison
It
Lee.
would be interesting to see.
Nuclear engineering.
But more likely, it wouldn't be used like heavy shot cavalry. It would probably be going back. You would probably see what you used to see, like with fighting on the Great Plains, like with the U.S. cavalry versus the Plains Indians.
That said,
It'd be very interesting.
Dr. Lee's
And
contributions
I
to
would
our
personally
cause were instrumental in
love to see that.
maintaining
Also, you could have the Great
capabilities.
Khans be important
After
again
some
because they
time,
could live up to their
she
namesake and
developed
actually run
differences
around on
with the
horses. All right, give them
Next time,
motorcycles for all I care.
self-development.
Make the Great Khans useful, or just let me kill them
Yet
all.
her intent
In
was
fact,
to make
no, I'll just
contact
kill them
with
all.
the Institute.
Will we get Krieger-style horses? Oh gosh, if we get like FEV Krieger-style horses, oh baby. Let's do it.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple.
Max, and you're
Once
living up to
inside
Mal's
the
expectations of
we
you.
want you
Don't
to
do
track
that,
down Dr.
otherwise
Lee's
Mal's going to come in and kill you.
If you find out that
He
she's
has.
still alive,
Listen, I don't want to blow up the blimp. Mal has artillery pointed directly at him. I'm the only thing stopping him. Who am I kidding? He's
it's a
going to blow
special
you up anyway.
project we're working on.
Because it's
It
fun
needs
to
your
hit that
attention.
way. Well, time to beat some science into these disappointments. So back to your belts. Alright. Actually, hold on. Let me see what I
What's
can get
this
out of here.
project that needs her attention?
Sorry, that information is classified. I'm sure you understand. Listen.
It's about the
I'm
robot,
well
isn't
aware
it? It's
that you're
always
risking your
about the
life going
robot.
into the Institute blind. Just keep
Or
your
is that
mind on
dated
the
since
mission.
World War One now?
And don't let anything
No,
they say sway you from your duty.
Here's the thing.
Good luck.
Horses were even used in World War II. Because most armies, with the exception of the United States, still required horses to pull a lot of their stuff.
I've checked and rechecked everything.
So they were still incredibly useful. And you got to think,
Are you?
the only way to move quickly in the wasteland is through train, assuming the NCR has repaired it. Otherwise, you're walking. And so if you have horses, you can move far faster. So that's why it took so long for horses to get phased out. They only could truly be phased out once you became mechanized. And since there are no real cars,
Let's do this.
horses would come back and be the mainstay. The real problem with horses in the wasteland would be finding ways to feed them.
Pull yourself together and get up onto that platform.
Alright, let's do this.
Let's see. Relays dialed in.
Kate, please tell me you're going to stay here, at least go where I can find you.
Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in.
Christmas, birthday,
By the
New Year's
way,
gifts.
this
We don't
trip
get New
you're
Year's gifts,
taking
but
is a heck
I
of
got
an
Christmas
opportunity to
presents,
find out
Raven
as
got
much
Christmas
as we
presents
can
and
about
birthday
the
presents.
Institute
So
and
yeah,
what
we
they're
had a
up
bit of
to.
a haul.
I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their
Crystal
network
making cavalry sabers in World War II. I think it depends on the.
If you place
Or,
it in
like,
any
actually,
terminal
technically, we
down
still
there,
make swords
it'll
today,
do
but
the
they're for
rest.
ceremonial
Bring it back
purposes.
to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well,
But yeah, the last time
looks
cavalry
like
charges
we
per se
have
were
a
used
winner.
effectively was in like World War
RF
I.
wave capture complete. Ramping the
You keep
emitter.
saying words, Ingram. Just throw the switch.
80%. Emitter spiking.
Kate, are
but
you gonna be
steady.
coming with me on
All
this?
that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3,
Wait,
2,
I was closer to 10 than I
1.
did that in World War I.
Stay safe, soldier.
Okay, Kate did not come with me. Which means I'm probably not going to be able to find her again. Great.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
Yep. What do you mean elevator
I'm known
access
as Tom.
denied?
The Institute is under my guidance.
Son,
I know why you're here.
get over here.
I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please.
Like you might give the Marines some ideas. Oh, the Marines are fully capable of coming up with their own fun ideas. Alright, now I can get on.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
Oh, I have a lot of things to say to you, son.
I'd like to show you that you may
I
have
do too.
the wrong impression.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right one. I don't care how much this looks like Tomorrowland from Disney. I'm still gonna whoop you.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do.
And now that after playing it,
For over 100 years, we've
the
dedicated ourselves to
gosh, what's the name of the cell in Starfield in
decades of
Alpha
research,
Centauri?
countless
This looks
experiments,
the architecture here looks
a
exactly
vision
like it.
of how science can
And now I
help
can't
shape
unsee
the
it, and it
future.
bothers me.
It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those.
It's hard to misinterpret kidnapping.
Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground.
I'll show you.
There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait.
It's beautiful still. I'm gonna
You
kick
are
your
here
ass
for
about
a
literally
specific,
swapping people for robots.
very
Really
personal
bio
reason.
clones, but still.
You are here for your son.
Uh-huh.
Sean?
Huh?
You're not my disappointment.
Oh, goddamn them. So many years stolen.
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on?
What's happening?
Those bastards. They took you from me.
What's going on?
And deprived me of beating you.
Father!
I'm gonna be as unhinged as possible.
For this. All of them.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
My only regret with blowing up the Pridwin is killing Ingram, but then again, she's willing to go along with the boss's lunacy. She's lost in it, but survives the crash anyway, I don't regret it. Fair enough. 2 different playthroughs. Hey, Hannah. He's been laid on his ass whooping he has. Now, open the door.
Sean, open the door!
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father?
Take? Oh, who said anything about take? I'm a man on a mission! And I'm a man insane!
S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating.
You have any idea how useful that would have been in my day job?
The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype.
Hello, son. Long
We're
time
only just
no
now
see.
beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional
Good to know
stimuli.
you've been nothing but a disappointment.
Let's try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional.
I'm not emotional, you're emotional!
And fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father.
Oh, God.
Welcome.
Ask Joseph Seed how well that title goes through.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute.
I'll keep calling you Disappointment.
As you mean.
I may have my grips
son.
with Paradox as a company and their DLC publishers, but I say at least they finish their games despite it taking decades. Yeah, they just charge you for every time they do it.
I want answers, asshole. Now.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity. But I
listen, you've missed out on all the drunken beatings you were supposed to get from me.
The situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way, jackass.
Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. That's crazy.
I assure you, I am completely sane and entirely honest.
But I am not sane, and you are in danger right now.
Concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy.
Cheesy boy coming.
10 years had passed. Is it really so hard?
Look, there's still a chance to save your grandson. Oh, no. I'm going to raise the grandson properly. Me and Kate will do a great job making him a functioning alcoholic.
Here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
They made you a nerd.
Irrelevant. It was necessary.
No, it wasn't.
The Institute believed humanity's future depended.
Literally, they could have taken all 3 of us and still gotten what they wanted. And we still could have been a family in the safety of the Institute. But no, they had to be idiots about it.
Enough. Scientific.
This feels like a cringy 80s soap opera here.
And
kind of. Don't worry. We're going to blow up the Kingdom Come eventually.
It was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being.
And decided, you know what? Why not play God?
Fully articulate, capable of anything.
I am the father. The last man who said that. That to me is 6 feet under in Hope County, Montana.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above.
Did you get Cheesy Boy and Far Cry 5? Oh, of course I got Cheese.
Another source was necessary.
I would never get to play on Far Cry 5 without Cheesy Boy.
Discovering records from Vault 111. Frozen in time. Protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the colony. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human synth machine. I am their father.
Oh,
through science we are family.
Yeah.
The synth, me, and you.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to someone important. Disappointment. What was that?
And you've been down.
Amendment should have been given the opportunity to recruit members from factions that feel conflicted with their group. Describe Halen getting Madison Lee for the amendment in the dark. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome if we could do that.
Where'd you hide them anyway, so that I know where they are? Are they working on something?
I put them on the shelf in your room. The ones that you hadn't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Sorry, Raymond was asking for where I put his sororitas. So, tell me about the guy that is responsible for killing my wife.
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned.
Did you hear that Hasbro stock is down 45%? Well, considering the boneheaded moves they pulled, that doesn't surprise me.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
You know what? Maybe you are my son.
I preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth. At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum.
Like I said, that wasn't a criticism.
Advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his
If only
usefulness
Cheeseburger wasn't
far
Fallout.
beyond
Oh gosh.
normal.
Having a Yao Guai companion? Ooh,
He
sign me
never
up.
failed. But his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective.
But I thought you wanted to finish those first.
It's no coincidence your path crossed his.
Like,
Seemed to
check into there, the comic control.
to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say?
Well, this is the one you
To
got.
ease your mind.
The rest of the others.
Tell you what, I think I know where I put it. Come over here and keep them entertained while I find it.
No, is this it? This is it.
Oh, there you go. You found it. All right, never mind. We found the sororitas. We're good. All right. Anyway, what about your mom?
Your mom.
She never got to see you grow up.
And I'm thankful because she would have hated this.
What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Would you like to rephrase?
Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. Murdered? I'm not so sure about
Yes, genius. For all your technical education, you don't know what murdered means?
regret never having known her. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were.
Because you were an idiot.
I accepted my situation, and that was that.
Very
With
good at
old
thinking
age
outside the
comes
box, are you, son? See, this is why you're disappointed.
and asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance.
Tell you what, I want to expand the broadness of your mind there, disappointment.
What else can
If you
I say?
didn't have breakfast this
Ease your
morning,
mind.
disappointment, how would you feel?
Pretty bad.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting.
Let's get Transformers will end up in Disney's hands. That'll be the darkest
I
puzzle.
spent
I don't think they have the
decades
funds to start
to
buying
this
out crap anymore.
It's a
Or,
responsibility.
you think it's too
I
late to
take
beat the
very
hell out of the
seriously.
disappointment of a son you have?
The Institute.
No. In fact, I'm going to wait a little bit. Because I want him on his deathbed
It
to
really
know
is
that
humanity's
everything he
best
did
hope
was
for the
worthless
future.
and that his old
No
man is
matter
going to
what
blow
those
him up.
above ground might think of us.
Who's cooler, Talon Company or the Gunners? Talon Company had better armor, in my opinion. They look cooler.
But director? Why you?
I mean,
I
did they
was the
meet
most
you before they
qualified
appointed
for
you?
the position,
I don't believe you.
obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off.
No, that's my
Ultimately, the
disappointment.
Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that.
So wait, you knew I was running around, you knew where I was, and you still
there's
continued
more
to send your
discuss.
synth drones after me.
But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs.
You know, you could have
Your
sent
presence
the
would be appreciated
Institute
as we
drones to come collect me and say, hey, man, I know where your son is coming.
Amazing here.
No, that
I've
would
had
have
to
been
build
a
life
plan
for
that made
myself
sense.
and
This is
the
why you're a
people of the
disappointment.
Institute. And now, after all these years,
Here's the
you
grandson.
have an
Oh, the little
opportunity
synth
to
baby
help
over there.
with that. Doesn't
That's
that
my grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
Technically,
what
it
you want?
could be argued be my son because he's technically a clone of Sean. So I guess he's more accurately his little brother, but still my son.
Sean,
Maybe.
I am your father.
I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry.
That's impossible.
You have been through so much in such a
I can
short
always make another.
time.
What's another wife
The
in another
Institute
9 months?
Can provide a better life
I'll have to see if
than
Kate's up to it.
above.
Now that we've kicked her
You've been
drug addiction habits, we should be able to
seen
go.
what
We
it's
should be able to
like.
make a child without any complications.
assure you
Though I
you
don't
are
think
better off
Bethesda will
with
let
us.
me mod that in.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, I know what to do. I'm just trying to think of how. I think it would be poetic to kill you with Kellogg's
You can
gun.
see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth being part of.
Excuse you, the
I
Minutemen
simply
and
ask
Brotherhood
that
are
you
still
give the
here.
Institute, me, a chance to show you what I've been telling you.
I also quite like the
You
Republic
really
Commando
do
short
have
story
humanity's
Raven
best
posted.
interests at heart.
Oh, you read that, did you?
That
He's questioning how the inhibitor chips are not triggered.
If you read the description, I explained that I didn't consider those canon in that story.
Ah, using the old lore, the best lore.
Because I prefer the old lore. It made more sense to me.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with.
Kill him.
You'll want to introduce
Kill him.
yourself
Kill
to the
him.
division heads. Dr.
Kill him.
Fillmore in facilities.
Kill him
Dr.
now.
Ao in SRB. Dr. Holdren in bioscience.
It
And
makes sense
finally,
that the
Dr.
Minutemen would
Lee
annex
in
the Institute
advanced
using the
systems.
advancement to the
They've all
better of
been
the Commonwealth.
notified of your
Yeah,
arrival,
honestly.
of course. Meet them.
But blowing them up
Then
is
we'll
also a lot of
discuss
fun.
what comes next.
So, I'll kill you later, son. Until then, I'm raiding your liquor cabinet.
Chip off the old block, that boy.
Mm-hmm. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I was playing up with sniff glue. I am sniffing some glue.
Yeah, just as Games Workshop intended. They're like, listen, I don't care how you consume the product, just consume the product. Alright. Now let's check and see what's going on here. Really? A novice? You have a piss poor password, son? Stop disappointing me!
Impossible. You can't not disappoint you.
Okay,
Because
so
after all, he is impossible to underestimate.
that he is. That he is. Let's see now, how do I get my refill? Yeah, I already know that one's a dud.
Did we?
Yes, I was
Okay.
there.
Take me on the mighty wings. Take me on the mighty wings. Take my mind.
Thrilling hacking animation. I hate it when it does BS like this. Like, oh yeah, we got rid of all the duds, but I need a reset.
It's just a falling dust.
We got it.
My feet.
Okay, let's see. Cure has a likeness of 2. So I can figure this out. It's big brain time.
It's big brain time.
Let's see. No, it wouldn't be club. It doesn't have 2 matching. Where seems the most likely.
Nice.
Your password was where?
Well, maybe he's a werewolf.
Ugh. My disappointment is immeasurable, and quite frankly, my day is ruined. Thank you, Hannah. What's wrong?
Hey. Excuse me.
What's wrong, Hannah? Oh, she's just talking about my disappointment. I wonder if Lark will ever play a character who isn't a menace to society. I am a pinnacle of society, a beacon of hope to those that don't get in my way. But I want to read this because this is important. So, July 25th, 2025. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of his general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer. But as I've continued to witness their reactions, gauge their sidelong glances, I detected something else. Something I probably should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He is an augmented human being, a cyborg, really, and the benefits he has received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists here could not care less about enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No, the cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal, his enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kellogg live if he passes naturally, however unlikely that may be? It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old, well, certainly than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it to 150, maybe 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousies. Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute, and I have to take no small pleasure in knowing that it must irritate him to no end. So I want to put that into perspective there. Previously, before the hot new thing was biological synths, they prioritized cybernetics. They literally were making cyborgs that could make you live and fight well past the age of 100. But they dropped that for biological synths. How stupid are they?
The phase out on these older models can't come.
Hi, Doc.
They weren't
I don't know.
You really are.
Most of them
Well,
have
because if you
lasted
never
long past the
rebuild the
projected
Minutemen,
lifespans.
then it's always the gunners who are cold
You
and
can think of me as
stuff.
the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us
Pinnacle
about
society, Judge, Mr. Lark, you burned society.
You've been
Now
through
sit
so
down and
much.
accept your
I think
sentence
most people
peacefully.
would have just given
That
up.
judge doesn't
You
know what
don't
he's
mind
talking
my
about.
What was it that kept you going all that time?
Revenge.
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of as you might guess, we maintain, there's a lot of the work we do, so.
I'm just...
I see. If there's anything else...
It must be a...
Absolutely. Over the years, when necessary, fortunate.
Yeah, she's making a lot of noises. And I do agree, she said things.
Even so,
Anyway,
ready to see the full gym.
I need to talk to Dr. Lee.
Quentin is such a liar. How would he know what the surface is like? He's never been up there.
Oh, I can tell you what the surface is like. Let's see if they're ready for a desk pop. Yep, that's some sturdy stuff right there. They're okay with me shooting stuff, or perhaps they just know better.
Unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary
Scanning
levels
unknown
are below
identity.
2%. Also, if you haven't packed...
Very good. Am I kind of coming out of context? I'm sorry, Mal. I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, the courier can become a cyborg in a specific DLC if Kellogg isn't. So Kellogg isn't the only board. He's not the only one, but I think he's probably the best, the most well-made one. Now here's something I want to show you, because it's pertinent to me you understand how the futility of the railroad. This is how quick, this is their process of creating biological synths. So, took maybe, what, 30 seconds to do that, to just assemble the skeleton? Now, they're going to start putting on the muscles, the blood vessels, and all that jazz.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr.
Now, after he's done weaving there, they go over there for a final little bit of work, and then they dump them in the goo, and they come out as live biological synths.
Women of science.
So I want to put that into perspective here. Fully functioning, capable, ready for processing.
Welcome to the Institute.
And they're making what, one every minute or so, and yet the railroad thinks they can liberate all of them. Yeah, the fact they go out to retrieve them is really more of a formality. How will Nick Valentine be after you destroy the Institute? He'll be fine. I didn't hurt him. Honestly, a lot of people... Most people that even have problems with synths typically are okay with Nick Valentine. As Nick Valentine points out, it's because I don't pretend to be human. I know I'm not. I don't pretend otherwise. And so because the people, they're willing to accept and understand that. Now, the Brotherhood probably wouldn't be comfortable with him because he's more intelligent than the average robot, but the Brotherhood technically is okay with robots, as long as they serve the Brotherhood, you know, all that jazz.
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded. I've been reviewing Father's plan.
Hey, Doc.
I wonder how the Warwick
Welcome.
family is doing.
So good to have you here.
Young Wally
Dr.
must be
Clayton
close
Holden,
to 10 years old by
head
now.
of the bioscience.
It's remarkable.
I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing.
You said
It's
8,
truly
bloody
amazing.
8, I know.
Like what? I was just about to explain that. As
Yes,
our most
Clayton.
important directive
Bigsby.
is to ensure the health and well-being of. To
You
that
feed
end,
people, got it.
we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora.
It looks
for
like you were
use
growing
in
collard
food and
greens.
medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Stop. You made gorillas.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are.
Make horses.
Judging by your reaction,
Do you have
you've
the
done a good
idea
job
how
making
much
them seem
money you would
lifelike.
make selling
The
horses?
initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask.
Imagine
have
how
you decided
terrifying
whether
this
you'll
would be
join
if
us?
all these eggheads actually had brains.
Like, you're so intelligent and yet so stupid. The ultimate
I'm an
irony.
outsider.
Even if science is our projects sometimes from what I've in any case
Tell me more about...
on the unfortunate they'd
I suppose I have to give them this. At the very least, despite all the Institute's evils, they brought Harambe back.
Feels like this.
And I'm gonna send him
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Now let's see about getting in. Here we are. I think this is the place to. Never mind. Gotta get in the FEB lab. Because Virgil did help me out, so I'm gonna try and do him a solid.
Okay, why would you do that?
Because he helped me out. There we go. That's good.
What did he do for you recently?
No, make cat girls upgrades, people upgrades. Hannah, Elon Musk is already on it. Crap. Let's late for that to dissipate. Krieg horses happy. Yeah, we could make Krieg horses. By the time the railroad frees when the Institute is already placed 1,000 times over at minimum, no wonder you view the railroad's ghostful damage like it's endless. Yep, just a complete and total waste of resources. Unlock.
Anomaly detected.
Yep.
Standing down.
I'm almost done with another battle.
Good. Those turrets were a little beefier than the normal ones.
Are they?
I want synthetic horses, and I shall name him insert name of choice. Well, in Red Dead, I typically name my horses after Warhammer characters. I'm currently riding St. Celestine. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get killed for that one, aren't I? Because, yeah, like my first, like one of my horses I named Jurgen. Jurgen! Smoke. No. Okay, so it has nothing like smoke. Nothing like nukes. How about ideas? One. Great. Frick you, Bobby Pim.
Got it. There we go.
That was annoying. Let's see. I don't know about that, but when the Brotherhood said they want destruction of all synths, they meant all, because Gen 1s don't act like humans and they're bots and they still wipe out. With good reason, but still all. Yeah, but I got I'm going to get Maxon to spare my boy Dance, so I think we can spare Nick too. Besides, if not, I know how to hide them. Technical document, don't mind if I do.
Ambush. Ambush. Defensive protocols engaged.
I'm in danger. Whew.
My head.
That was wild.
What was wild?
Killed an Assaultron, automatic combat shotgun. Maybe later. Hope nobody ever came in here to try and get groceries or nothing.
They did.
Horses are a necessity. Dang right. I named my horse Jackdaw. Ooh, good name.
That's it.
Courser uniform, fusion cell. So this must have been... The coursers have a locker room. I don't know why it's funny to me. Just, what conversation do they have in the locker room? Hey man, you helped continue to work for an evil organization? Oh yep, absolutely.
I mean, that's what the Nazis talk about in their off time.
Shut up!
Shut up, shut up.
Why do you gotta have turrets everywhere? Nope, still don't have enough to unlock all the science yet. Whatever, we will do what we need to do. Let's upgrade Commando again. I named my horse in Skyrim Iron Mane. Ooh, I like it. It's always fun to name you a trusty steed.
Isn't it?
Yes.
I thought I saw medics in there. I really do need to cut back on the drugs. If I'm looking at cracks in the floor and thinking, yeah, that's medics. Shoot! Let's take care of this problem. Alright, that takes care of that problem. Judas H. Priest. Never know when you might need cram. Fail. You are really gonna start irritating me. Just refresh my stuff.
Try that again.
It's always does. It's never refreshing like I need it to. There we go. Alright, so it shares one with Dens, and it isn't the E.
That's it.
Very good. Oh, of course, another problem we can attach to the Institute. Yeah, both would pay for that in gold, wouldn't they? Will you get the Fall London mod? No, don't know. It's gonna be real awkward for Maxon when a Brotherhood of Steel patrol just sees Dance just chill with a nuka cola and a launcher on Red Rocket. Yep, That's going to be real awkward, and I'm going to have fun explaining that situation. Why is he still alive? Well, you know, reasons.
Right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm going to make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done.
Yep, so yeah, the Institute was experimenting with FEV because why? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, okay, I guess that's a good reason.
Is it though?
Mm.
Is it a good reason?
Yeah. Alright, gentlemen, I just took I just raided your laboratory, don't mind me. Which way's the way out of here again? And seriously, grow something other than collard
The latest
greens.
synth generation is just amazing. Those guys are the wise
Favorite apologist? David Wood. Probably David Wood.
William Love Craig.
Because that's exactly what hacking looked like. Of course, isn't it? Actually, what I love is at one point, the news, a news outlet, like actually when they were talking about hacking, they had a screenshot from Fallout 4 put up there. It's like, ah, yes, we in the media, we do our research.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
She might be saved. Dr. Lee, what's going on? Let me close this real quick. Let me also make sure that I am doing the good in terms of charisma.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I actually am.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Yep.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lions let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much.
Well, you did help
That's why I came
build
to the
a giant
Institute.
nuclear robot.
It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the
I
benefit
just
of the
told
doubt.
you I was working for the
I
Brotherhood.
might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say
Yeah,
what you
he
came here to
look
say,
how
and then
his
leave me
mother
alone.
and father. Ooh.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem
What
is
are the
the lack of
confirmed extinct animals in the
transparency.
Fallout universe? Honestly, we don't know. Like some say horses are extinct, but we can't say with 100% certainty. The only way to know if it isn't extinct is if you've seen it in a game or mentioned in some sort of material.
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood?
You get to build
what
a nuclear
reason
robot.
would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
You get to build a nuclear robot.
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
Funny you should mention it. I happen to have this.
Something that might convince you.
How did you... Never mind.
I have to do something important, but first, alcohol. That's the only way to do things.
I'm afraid it's bad news.
Since when do you know what I consider bad news? Just let me hear it.
Need to drink more booze. Cats were thought to be extinct, but it turns out there was a whole vault full of cats. Oh yeah, you see a cat in this game, actually. Yeah, keep in mind, cats are typically pretty resilient, considering that they can hunt small game. So cats surviving is gonna be a problem. Rats probably survive. Ravens survive. Crows survive.
They
Wouldn't surprise me if bats survive.
lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went.
What? The evil institute that kidnaps people lies? No.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood, from the whole world.
Imagine someone holding you at gunpoint and they demand you tell them the Pythagorean theorem.
Access to cutting-edge technology.
Here there, what is a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Tell me!
I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way
they don't know what that means. Their whole motto is mankind redefined, but they don't know what to do with that. What the heck are they doing that makes it, oh, mankind redefined? The only thing you can argue is if you were saying, oh, we're redefining the concept of mankind by making sense and how mankind is even produced. But they don't even consider them human. They consider them machines. So they're not even redefining mankind.
Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr.
Roaches survived most things. Roaches got stronger
For the
after
sake
the
of keeping up
bombs.
appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the
Self-raid the Institute for all it's worth before I blow it up.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Yes, of course. I was just tweeting my dad. I was just texting my dad, letting him know about your betrayal. Why? All right, that mission's done. Not everything you've heard about the Institute is true. Yeah, I just caused one of your lead scientists to defect because you've been lying to her. Good luck, champ. Didn't dolphins also survive the nuke? I don't know how heavy the oceans got hit. Because there was a lot of radioactive fallout, but I don't know how much of it affected the oceans. But dolphins are tough. I'm sure they survived. Honestly, if the whale population probably improved.
Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he
Yeah,
can
Newton's a
hide in
good
his
guy.
office.
Shame he has to die. But, you know. Well, you fool, you absolute imbecile. Didn't you know that the Institute is capable of? In the cold dark labs, they make more dances.
Maybe I should take
But the Institute is destroyed. Good one, Mal.
There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
I killed your kind, and I will kill your kind again, and I will enjoy it.
You'll see. Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments.
Hey-o, how you doing?
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are.
Yes, I am.
Mayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future.
I'll kill you.
Despite your relation to Father,
Not you.
you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand.
Why not?
There won't be any
What have I done?
issues, will there?
Stay out of my way, or you'll regret it.
That sounds a bit like a threat.
Mhm.
I'm sure I'm just misunderstanding.
No, you didn't misunderstand. That was a threat.
Threats aren't advisable for someone in your position. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention.
You go out, you
Our
bring
primary
synths that escape back, and then
responsibility
bring them
is the
back in.
recovery of escape.
That's what
So
I
basically,
do.
you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me.
You don't teach the scientists history?
A third
No wonder they keep making mistakes over and over again. They don't learn from the predecessors.
Reclaimed synths that have escaped the Institute.
They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you...
This probably sits at a table and asks, what do we do, and then proceeds to hit a random size in the head and blurs that out. Alright.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more than a match for any single combatant.
I killed one, though.
I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
How does
You
courser
mentioned
training work?
that coursers undergo special
I do
training.
actually want to know how you train them.
Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen.
We gotta get rid of that
Teach them
independence, though,
armed
apparently.
and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Well, I think that covers everything I needed to do here. Oh, the network holotape scanner. Yeah, I need to do that. Let me do it in the SRB just to stick it to them.
For you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
I don't consider you a person, pal. So stay in your room and think about what you've done.
Right, I'm thinking about it. I can get away with it again.
Oh, this is fun. List of informants. These are the informants that help the Institute out. These are the only one. This is the easiest way the Institute keeps an edge out on the railroad. Cricket, a caravaneer. Tommy Logan, the owner of the combat zone. Oh yeah, cool. Trash Can Carla is one of their informants. Doc Weathers, one of their informants. AJ, Morawski, Lucas, Henry Cook. Yeah. That's all it takes to get one over on the railroad. Just paying a couple of caravaneers. That's it. Oh right, I forgot to put the thing in. Hey there, Mr. Corber. I'm about to hack your entire system. Have fun, champ.
I will.
Oop, wrong one. Network scan, here we are. That was easy.
That was.
Oh, talk to father. I could, but I'll tell him how much of a... I can tell how much of a disappointment he is later. Lovely. Oh, is what I put earlier accurate? Oh, let me take a look at what she said. So the whole shtick of the Institute is we don't understand what we're doing, and when we ask, they tell us it's complicated for us to understand. Is this correct? Yes, the same logic that the Reapers had in Mass Effect. You are correct, sir. Held Dima's batch of free synths has a rogue courser. Yep, one of the few I actually like. Courser, who are you? The person that can fold you like a lawn chair by sneezing on you. Well, obviously, synths are people. That doesn't mean they're soulless. Oh no. I think that's a good philosophical debate to have. They're not humans per se, but they are human-esque. They're basically like clones. I consider them like clones from the Clone Wars. Kate, you're back.
Hey.
This better be worth it. You need to talk.
Your thoughts?
Your thoughts?
Can't wait to get out of this goddamn heat.
We're in Boston. It ain't that bad.
That was it?
Sure.
All right. Anyway, Ingram, buddy. We need to start building more of these things.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out.
They should. Ingram, you ain't gonna believe this.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
You mean being zapped into energy and then put back together again? Piece of cake.
You can make jokes all you want, but I wouldn't put so much faith in technology I didn't understand. Speaking of technology,
Where's your love for the Omnissiah, Ingram? Come on.
I'll get this holotape for Proctor Quinn. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Honestly, we're all compromised. I can't count how many times I let all those traitors in my souls. Oh, they go in there with or without my permission.
For all we know, that thing could be a recipe for Deathclaw surprise.
Well, it's the best we could do with such short notice.
It's still
Before
working.
we jump to conclusions, let's see what
Do
Quinn
synths
would
have
describe
spirits?
and get
That's a
off
good
of.
question. Do they have
Sure,
machine
the
spirits?
has all
That's a
of
real
their data
question.
heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxon gave you all of the details?
No, I recruited her. We're good. We are good in that department. Speaking of what level am I at? 40? Oh, good. I can upgrade science next round. Alrighty.
I botched that one.
What happened?
I just botched it. It was too complicated.
Oh, I can fix that. Don't worry.
Oh, you'll have a look and even you'll say, fuck that. Trust me.
First, before we do anything else, we gotta fix up We gotta go fix up Virgil. You think Christianity survived the nukes? To a degree. They just don't talk about it so much, but I'm fairly certain that we still have some practitioners. Yep, because if Mormonism's going to survive, I'm pretty sure we have several denominations that probably survived through it. Honestly, I wonder what the Vatican's like right now.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely fail.
How do you know I used the relay, Virgil?
It did. But I pulled myself.
Virgil. I suppose.
Hey, but why did you do that?
Now, what about the serum? Did you find
The
it?
worst. Josh Ramos warned, so make go that what you will call it. Yep. There you go, buddy.
That's it. That's really it.
Why didn't you just take the serum with you?
Are you kidding me? It stinks in here.
Kate, please, we're helping the giant green man.
Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
Has the reverse transcriptase survived the nucleotide synthesis?
Excellent question. Yes. Yes, it has. Fascinating.
Wow.
No. Did you mean that as a joke?
Big man's learning.
It's time. There's only one way to test it.
So you're gonna run like some experiments on like mole rats or something, or you're just gonna shove it in your arm, aren't you? Hope you got the blood vessel.
We wait.
Institute citizens, I'm sorry to get you trying to be shit. Are you implying that's what the corpses are? They're all a bunch of synth Uncle Ruckuses?
It'll work.
I hope so. We just have to let the retrovirus.
Don't make Green Man angry. Nah, I sure know Green Man, but this one's cool. But he's not gonna be green much longer.
In a few days.
Especially since pre-war America is in this game is culture night, which had a higher church attendance in the U.S. history. So yeah, Christianity most likely survived. Yeah. Sadly, in the games I've played, I've only seen one active preacher. But the problem is he's not a Christian. He's a whatever you want to believeist, which is wild. Gosh, who put all these rads here? Oh, right, the Chinese. Alright. Gotta report to Elder Maxon. Let him know of my good deed for the day. Actually, first, let me check something real quick. Make sure I don't have any, troop. Okay, so nobody needs my... No settlement needs my help right now. Good. That needs progress. Alright, Elder Maxon. I did it. Please let me go kill the railroad now. I've dreamed of this day.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us.
Is it going to give you permission to kill the railroad?
Convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done.
Pointing out their lies was a good way of doing that.
We'll interrogate her aboard the
Be gentle, Maxon. She's had a rough time.
And we can't afford to take any chances.
You took a chance on me?
On to other matters.
And I'm a certified sociopath.
Of your reconnaissance.
Not really, but still, you know.
It's time to advance our operations to the next phase.
Blow, shut up.
I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Time to blow crap up. Simple goes, oh Lord, it's a good day to serve with the White Brotherhood of Steel. Yes, Elder Maxon knows exactly what we need. Them synths, they just don't know how to run their own lives. Execute the railroad soon. Soon. Good thing I like working with Ingram. Ingram's fun. Ingram, me and Kate are ready to do what you need to do.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our
You
project.
know it.
How much has Maxon told you about?
Not a dang thing.
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. We can't risk tipping off the Institute.
Yes, we must keep the giant robot secret.
Come on, it's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute.
I
Now,
think the power
Brotherhood
armor
might be a big
invertebrates ought to
beast,
do
but
it.
She's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in.
So hear me out. You've got the resource to build a big old airship. Why not build an actual battleship? I mean,
This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime.
oh baby,
The
I
Brotherhood
missed
uses
you.
it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had.
I think it's the most advanced robot anybody's had at their disposal in this world.
Prime was destroyed in the line of duty.
Until I made
Spent the better
Cornbot,
part
of course.
the last few years piecing them back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blind.
Why don't you just build a robot workstation?
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
Of course.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
Huh. I wish I had your confidence.
X688 is Uncle Ruckus, the rest are pure
Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile. Every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
It'll be okay.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Pridwin, I'd just swap out its fusion pile. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league.
Yeah,
Luckily,
leave it to
we were
Mr.
able
House to make
convince
things
Dr.
complex.
Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Alright, I need to be as charming as possible. Now, where is my boost? Oh, great Mentats? Oh, we're going to get a whole new level of high. Vinvid Deus Vidici. Ah, Korignan Sobieski there, are we? Robocopoon. Is this robot who I think it is? Yes. It is Liberty Prime, the destroyer of commies and the maker of memes. Soldier, I just want you to know, the rest of us are working really hard, and you're swabbing the deck. I just want you to know your place in life. Very good, sir. Remind him that he's worthless.
Muster one more time, and Captain Kells is gonna have me do 100.
Always. Imagine if the NCR found Liberty Prime. They would have no idea what to do with it. I mean, they would want to rebuild it, but they really don't have the brain power to do it. And also, whatever facility was holding would be a guarantee to be hit by a Brotherhood strike team. Would the Brotherhood strike team succeed? Hard to say, considering that.
Attention. Delta team lead.
They would
report to the
definitely be
bridge.
targeted if the Brotherhood
Delta team
found out
lead
about
to
it.
the bridge.
Never did like this rust bucket. Oh, sure, the Pridman's a fine ship.
Dr. Lee was
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
Aww.
Do I need to remind you why you made that promise in the first place?
No, that won't be necessary. Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready.
Wait, that's all it took to convince
We'll have
you?
work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
Okay, well, that was easy. It just, hey, remember they did bad thing. You're right, they did do bad thing. I'll go back there and show them what for. Is that how I'm going to just control anytime she tries to do something? Institute did bad thing. Like, you're right, I'll do whatever without question. We've been sitting in Iraq. Assassins, seriously, the most kick-ass American robot in the entire Fallen universe. You'll see him eventually. He's glorious when he's in One Piece. Ah, you're refreshing. It's alright if they don't know who Liberty Prime is. Not everyone knows the glory of the American ingenuity that is Liberty Prime. Imagine if the railroad got a hold of Liberty. They'd probably try and emancipate it, and then they'd kill them.
Lived until you tipped a Brahmin with a vertibird. Now that's a challenge.
Honestly, if they did find Liberty Prime, they'd probably destroy it. Not because they necessarily want to, but they would know they don't want the Institute to get their hands on it. They wouldn't want the Brotherhood to get their hands on it. And they also don't have any way of using it. They'd probably scrap it for parts, or at best, and destroy it at worst. Look, you're about to start giving a speech there. You could have kept your old lab coat, but whatever. Like.
Proctor Ingram?
Wow, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful.
Okay, how you doing?
The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power.
So look at the lone wanderer from a spaceship. His aunt is back.
If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Hello, Brother. Alright, so
sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation.
Hear that, Lee?
We're
You're
working
being
with one of Prime's
complimented.
original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact,
Well, she's
these
not an
things are
original
going so well,
designer.
we're gonna have you
She
start
was
building his
one that helped wake it
electromagnetic
up.
actuators.
House, Mr. House was the original designer.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you.
Aww.
You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about.
No,
The
but I
actuators
know
will
it's a
allow
fetch quest.
Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in its limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here.
Then why don't you build it?
The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered
Ah,
magnet.
there it is.
According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any
I'm
of the
raiding
ruined
hospitals again.
around
There.
the complex. I've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
Wait, do I already have a high-powered magnet? Out of curiosity, I think I might. Or, no, it's giving me a thing, so I probably don't. But before we do that, we're going to suit up. Because we're working with the Brotherhood. We need this. Oh yeah, when we finally boot this bad boy up, it's going to be good. We got several missions. We'll probably have 2 or 3 streams before we get to that. You know, I haven't looked at how Ingram lost. Like, I assume it's some sort of combat. Hey, dog meat, how you doing? Yes, good. Now let's go raid ourselves a nice little hospital.
Oh, sure. And what am I supposed to wear?
You didn't say you wanted a power armor suit. I can get you one. Wait, it's at the same hospital? They should have looked at me at grocery list previously. Why not bring Cornbach? Because I'm trying to have some relationship bonding time with Kate. Nah, I want Burr. Let's hope the super mutants are reminded that it is a man making gods and it's not the super mutant. Why not bring Cornbot? Oh, I already answered that. Is it directly ahead?
Someone there?
Hey, remember the guy that killed all your friends? Yeah, that's me. I came back to get you.
What's that?
That was me killing one of your shrubs. Come over here and help. Ooh, a gourd. Nice.
Stupid noises. Gonna find you soon, human.
Come on. I'm waiting. Said it's around here somewhere.
I can smell you out there.
Maybe it's on the floor above and they just didn't want to mark it there. Or whatever. Can't wait to get a jetpack. Alright, we'll check upstairs. This is where I got the... Wait, maybe it isn't here? Nope. Ooh, I'll take that. Yoink. The super mutants weren't going to use it properly anyway. An enamel bucket. Imagine Lord Farquaad in Fallout. He'd die very quickly. Very quickly. A master lock, of course. There's a lock-picking warrior when I need him.
Nice.
Rises me, does she? Well. We gotta stop what we're doing.
May as well take a look.
We need to have an important chat there, Kate.
Hey.
Need something?
Hey.
Do you have a minute?
Hmm?
I think we should talk.
Always up
I
to
always
you
have time to
toots.
listen to you, Kate.
Good. Because this isn't easy for me to say, but I want to get it right. Where do I begin? Did you know I spent 3 years fighting at the combat zone? 3 years of getting beaten to hell by a bunch of losers and lunatics.
Oh, please, you won
After the
several
matches
matches.
were over, I'd spit out the blood, stitch me wounds, and do a couple of shots of psycho to keep me going. I fucking hated it. I hated the crowds, I hated the other fighters, and I hated myself.
But I
never
you.
understood why I put myself through all that. Until now. It was because I was alone. And I think deep down, I wanted to die. I wanted one of my opponents to crush the life out of me. The easy way out.
Well,
You're
that's
not
the
alone
past.
anymore.
You're not alone anymore.
Then maybe you know what I'm trying to say to you. My life's been...
You want to start a family?
one
It's understandable,
failure
Kate. Don't you
after
worry, but we
another.
can get started on that.
You've heard all my stories, and you know the
She's
price
Irish.
that I've paid. There were a few times when things got really bad that I found myself staring down the barrel of my own shotgun.
I'm gonna have to take that
I
shotgun
don't know why
now.
I didn't pull the trigger. I guess I was praying that I could find a single decent scrap of humanity in this fucked up world.
Ooh, you got me
And
instead.
then, what you did for me back there at Fog 95, it was like the answer to those prayers. That's the first time in my life I fully depended on someone else, and they didn't let me down. God damn it, I'm making a mess of this.
No, you're doing good. Keep talking.
You're not messing anything up. You're doing just fine.
I'm trying to hold it together. Maybe I should just get to the point. The longer
Brody
we've
is the
been
soul
spending
of wit,
time
yes.
together, the more I'm beginning to realize what you mean to me.
Aw.
And I'm not just talking about you watching me back or sharing a drink together. I mean more than that. Before we met, I'd never let me guard down around anyone. I didn't dare. But with you, I feel like I can let you in and see me for everything that I am. For better or for worse. Look, I can't go back to the way things were before we met. I won't.
That's good.
But what I need you to do is look me in the eyes and tell me you feel something too.
Oh,
Of course
yes.
I do. I'm in love with you, Kate.
You're what? You said you're in love with me.
Yes, small shouty.
I didn't know. I mean, I felt something between us, but I thought it was something else.
That's probably the after effects and withdrawal,
Why
but
would you fall
there is some
love
love in
with
there too.
someone Screwed up as I am.
We're both screwed up.
To tell you the truth, we're both a little screwed up. A perfect match for one another.
I can't argue with that.
Why would
The
you?
first time I put all my cards on the table and didn't end up losing everything. You don't know how much this means to me. To have someone special in my life. I promise you. I mean to make the most of it.
The Trigger Rush perk. I'm gonna check on what that is in a second. But now that I officially have an Irish girlfriend, let's celebrate by murdering some super mutants.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, dang it. Lockpick, you ruined the whole vibe. Alright, anyway. What a great way to celebrate a relationship. Oh, hi. I couldn't help but notice you're not dead yet. You hurt my girl. That is not a wise move, dog. Don't die on me, we just got into a relationship. I'm all for tragedy and stories, but not in mine. Alright. We got what we needed, we got in a relationship, so by golly, I think that's a good place to call it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you sticking with us for this long. It sure has been an interesting ride. So, will you convert to Catholicism for her? She could be, Scots-Irish and Northern Irish, and she could be Protestant, just saying. But, I don't know. Have you seen a Catholic priest in the Wasteland? Regardless, it has been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Lark just committed a war crime out of love. I mean, you wouldn't? Who here doesn't commit war crimes for love? I mean, isn't that what the Geneva Convention is? A checklist at the end of the day? But enough of that. Guys, it's been a pleasure having you come back with me. I appreciate that you have joined me for another new year of fun in the Wasteland. And we are getting closer to the end of Fallout 4. Eventually, we will be blowing up the Railroad and the Institute. And then the Minutemen shall reign supreme as the Brotherhood are told they need to go do something somewhere else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.